Yeah. I just seen your comment on, you left a comment on my video response, which I made a comment back, because your comment kind of reminded me, just like I said, about how the solar system and other solar systems in the universe look like, since they revolve around things and they're always moving. It's like they're big atoms. And I just had this thing that popped into my head, because things that you see in movies kind of remind you of stuff, and you laugh a little bit, because I kind of have a sense of humor too. I seen this movie, Revenge of the Nerds, Nerds in Paradise, way back. That was the sequel to Revenge of the Nerds. And anyway, these nerds got thrown off of a boat, when they were out there in that resort, and they were supposed to be at this conference or whatever for their fraternity or whatever, but another character that was with them didn't like nerds, and he was thrown overboard with them, I guess because the other jocks didn't like him and he had a big mouth. But anyway, they were all stranded on this island, and Ogre was there. The dumb jock named Ogre was there with him too, because he was stuck with him, and they later become friends. They find this marijuana patch in the middle of nowhere there, and they all were just laying there in a circle smoking this marijuana, and they were talking about like the universe and everything. And all the other nerds, they're real smart and all. They were saying all this really intelligent stuff like, oh geez, everything gets bigger to infinity, like the universe, everything seems to be bigger to infinity. And they were saying, oh, what if it gets smaller to infinity? And then you'll have the humorous thing, Ogre is a big dumb jock, and he takes his turn and says, what if D-O-G really spells dog? And they go, oh, that's heavy, Ogre. And that kind of reminds me of that. I actually think that sometimes, ever since I ever saw that movie, I wonder that, yes, things seem to be smaller to infinity. You can prove that simply because there's things that we found out that we can see in a microscope when they invented a microscope, and they can find that things were smaller. Just because we found things that are small that we can see in a microscope, they got to eat something, and something there. Things seem to be smaller to infinity. There's probably things out there smaller to infinity that we probably can't really see. And I think that's kind of fascinating, actually, when you think about either the bigness to infinity or the smallness to infinity. It would kind of make your head explode in a way.